The Bible said in 2 Kings chapter 4 verse 29. Then he said to Gehazi, get yourself ready and take my staff in your hand and be on your way. If you meet anyone, do not greet him. And if anyone greets you, do not answer him, but lay my staff on the face of the child. The essence of laying this staff was because he expected that the staff will raise the child. There are certain things that work in the hand of your leader that should work in your hand. When you are in a particular ministry, there are certain things that should work in your hand. And those things working in your hand is highly dependent on your state of mind. It's highly dependent on the state of mind which you have. So, when you are in a school, do you wear the school uniform? Have you agreed that this school uniform is the uniform for you? A boy died, and the prophet wanted the boy to be resurrected, wanted to resurrect the boy. It happened to be the boy that he himself prophesied about, and the miracle brought about the boy. Now, this boy finally died, and he sent his servant and gave him a staff. Okay, let's read from verse 20. Let's know if you get a background of this, a background story to this, from verse 20 of 2 Kings 4. When he had taken him and brought him to his mother, he sat on her knees till noon and then died. This is the boy. 21. And she went up and laid him on the bed of the man of God. Everybody shut the door upon him and went out. When she called to her husband and said, please send me one of the young men and one of the donkeys, that I may run to the man of God and come back. So he said, why are you going to him today? It is neither the new moon nor the Sabbath. And she said, it is well. Then she saddled a donkey and said to her servant, drive and go forward. Do not slacken the pace for me unless I tell you. And so she departed and went to the man of God at Mount Carmel. So it was when the man of God saw her afar off that he said to him, his servant Gehazi, look, the Shunammite woman. Please run now to meet her and say to her, is it well with you? Is it well with your husband? Is it well with your child? And she answered, it is well. 27. Now when she came to the man of God at the hill, she caught him by the feet, but Gehazi came near to push her away. But the man of God said, let her alone, for her soul is in deep distress. You see the sensitivity of the man of God. When you are a leader, that sensitivity is very important. You can't be behaving like everybody. There is a member that when the person comes late, you should understand why the person came late. If you are sensitive, that doesn't mean you should easily just excuse people for any excuse they just bring up. But there are certain times that sensitivity is required. The woman didn't talk to the prophet. But the prophet on Mount Carmel looked and said, this one, it is not new moon, it's not Sabbath. This one that this woman is here. Something should ask the woman, are you alright? Is your husband alright? Is your child alright? Gehazi was not even looking at the person's face. When the woman, he said, well, now go and ask her. And when she asked, when Gehazi came, maybe the way Gehazi asked the question herself, the woman said, it's well. Let me go and meet the man of God by myself first. Let the man of God did the explanation, and immediately met the man who held the man of God by the feet, and the man of God said, what? Leave her. Her soul is in deep distress, and the Lord has hidden it from me. Has not told me. So she said, did I ask a son of my Lord? Did I not say did I not say, do not deceive me? But he didn't deceive you. You already had the son. Then he said to Gehazi, get yourself ready. Take my staff in your hand and be on your way. If you meet anybody, do not greet him. And if anybody greets you, do not answer him, but lay my staff on the face of the child. Verse 30. And the mother of the child said, as the Lord lives and as your soul lives, I will not leave you. So he arose and did what? And followed her. Read down. Now Gehazi went on ahead of them and laid the staff on the face of the child, but there was neither voice nor hearing. Therefore he went back to meet him and told him, saying, the child has not awakened. Then Elijah came into the house. There was the child lying dead on his bed. He went in there, for shut the door behind the two of them, and prayed to the Lord. And he went on and lay on the child, put his mouth on his mouth, his eyes on his eyes, his hand on his hand, and he stretched himself out on the child, and the flesh of the child became warm. He returned and walked back and forth in the house, and again went up and stretched himself out on him. Then the child sneezed 7 times, and the child opened his eyes. And he said, and he called Gehazi and said, call this Shunammite woman. So he called her, and when she called him, she came in to him. He said, pick your son. In the mind or in the heart of the prophet, when the prophet gave Gehazi the staff to go in, move ahead, and go and lay on the child, the prophet had an intention that should have a result. So, how is it that certain people you are in a particular environment and something is prevalent in that environment? That is, certain things happen always and freely to people in that environment, and it is hard for you to produce the same result. The things that we have said, do you believe them? Do you believe them to be principles and laws that produce results, that have worked for people, that work for people? Or did you receive it as let's just be hearing? After hearing, we still know what we are waiting for. What are you waiting? Why is the same rod producing results in people's hand, not producing results in your hand? If they have taught you loyalty, are you loyal? If they've taught you giving, do you give? If they've taught you obedience to authority, are you obedient to authority? If they have taught you build network, do you build it? If not, they will give you the staff, you will carry the staff and run, and you will not produce the same result. Then the person will turn and say, so it didn't work. So it didn't work. Did you put it on the child? Yes, I put it on the child. Because for the result you see, there are spirits behind them. There are spirits behind them. And like I always say, you can even deceive the man of God, but you can't deceive the spirit. Out of 12 apostles, the Bible said, and Satan entered Judas. Are you still living your life according to myths and legends, superstitious beliefs? They just said. For those of you that have gone through foundation class or that are going through the foundation class, the things you have learned or you learned there or you are learning there, do you take them serious as principles? For example, the last foundation class that I'm teaching, by God's grace, I happen to teach them the whole courses. I was having one of the last courses. Somebody was not writing. That is the last class. The last class. The person wasn't writing. He doesn't have a writing material. Last class they ate. After their class they ate rice. Person will eat 2 plates. 1 year later, he will tell you, leave that church. It doesn't work. But everything they gave you in the orientation, you didn't do it. You know, there are people that the moment you give them something as instruction, something tells them don't do it. Why will I do it? When you get to that junction, turn right and wait for me, I'm coming. The person get to the junction. Say, what is in this left? The person will enter the left. The instruction is when you get to the junction, turn right and wait for me, I'm coming. That's the instruction. Say, take my staff in your hand. It is the same staff that the prophet had used to produce results all his life. The same staff of make sure you attend meetings. Men are made in meetings. The same staff of readers are leaders. The same staff of respect authority. All your life you have never taken men of God to mean anything. All your life. All your life you have not understood the principle of giving. You think life is just about you. All your life you have enjoyed procrastination. Dream. Wonderful dream everywhere. Food. If they measure your dream, food trailer. Then when they measure action, 0. You have never successfully matched action to the dreams you have. Have you seen where unsuccessful people give excuse when they are old? Have you seen where people that are not successful tell you reason why they didn't succeed? Even if you were born during Biafra war, you are not the only person that was born during that time. We are not the only person that went through Biafra war. Some people, their parents were billionaires. They were giving back how many pounds? And they started from scratch. When last did you take things concerning God, church, and the kingdom serious? Since you've known me, I've been warning you. Try as much as possible to run away from jumping from ministries to ministry. But something tells you that is where your deliverance will come from. That you have to try this ministry, try Try the other ministry. Try the other ministry. Try the other ministry. Don't listen to pastor. Why pastor is saying don't go to ministry is so that you will be attending what? Love City. He's jealous of you. No problem. We will give you staff. You will meet the Red Sea. And you say, where is the God of my father, Pastor Francis? The staff will not produce results. You will carry that staff, even though you have stayed 10 years in church, and go and place it on a dead business. The business will not rise. There's somebody that has just come and stayed 1 month, that believes and follows what he has been taught, carries the same staff, places on a dead business, and everything starts moving forward. Tomorrow you say his pastor is favoring the person. How much and how well do you believe that it is the value that you offer that affects how much you make? Because this is not the church where they come every time and teach you stories about Goliath and David. We'll teach you practical things. Every service, every midweek service, every other meeting, the practical things and revelations about things that will advance your life. Ask your neighbor, tell your neighbor, say neighbor, this is 2023. How many months now? How many months are we into 2023? 3 months. Ask your neighbor, say neighbor, how many quality friends did you make this year? You say keep your old friends. The year will soon end. No intentional action towards changing. Even if you like those poor ones too much, okay, have them and add serious ones, so that when we do the average, you don't average mean your life will come up, because you are the average of the 5 closest people to you. So write the 5 closest people to you, calculate how much they have, divide them by their number, divide them by 5. That is how much in your account. Did you understand the English I spoke? Divide your 5 closest friends. Multiply all the account balance. Divide it by 5. Your account is plus or minus 1 that money. He's not holding the staff. Oh. Hello, sir. Hello, ma. He's not holding the staff. He's not answering son of Pastor Francis. Oh. He's not saying I'm in Love City. Oh. He's making sure that the spirit behind the staff is there. It is the spirit behind the staff that produces the result. If not, you just carry staff and be running. You even know that devil has entered you, like Judas. Who was the last quality friend you added? When was it? Sometimes I feel like when I have one-on-one encounters with members to discuss on certain things, sometimes I wonder, I say, who is pastoring this person? Is it that have you not been in church? Don't you hear the things I say? So you see that you are just holding rod because you do not want. If you follow through the scriptures later, you find out that this is the Gehazi that later collected lepers. It was the same guy that the prophet later settled with lepers. Because the prophet is going to the back to collect money. The man of God is telling you is that the man of God that said you should that saw a very wealthy Naaman and told the person, take your money. You don't know it was a principle he was applying. But you like money, you rushed. So what causes, because you know it's easy to learn wearing clothes like Elijah. Could you just be keeping your beards every week? Just say, hi, me and my beards and my man of God beards, two of us, yeah, is now equal. You wear white. Just tell her, sew these clothes. I used to have one of my sons that went and sewed exactly one of my clothes. I stopped wearing the clothes. One of my former sons is not a present son. He's not in sewing the same clothes. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, ma. He's not in sewing the clothes. Oh. Sew it exactly that I don't know. Sew it exactly when I appear. It's not in it. You can learn the things I say. You can even learn the way I walk. So there are principles that ensure that the staff works in your hand. Wisdom is vindicated by its result. What is the result of the wisdom you have gathered? What is the result of your followership? Are you applying? Because wisdom is the application, right and prompt application of the knowledge you have gathered. So for the knowledge you have gathered, are you applying it? Are you applying it? I want the rod and the staff that has been handed over to you in this ministry. I want it to work in your hand. I want it to produce results. Produce results in your business. Produce results in your marketplace. Take every topic that have been taught, take it serious and apply them. Listen, you are not meant to be poor. You are not meant to be broke. It is he who breaks the edge that the serpent bites. There are things you are not doing. You are trying to mix it with your own sense. Principles are timeless. They don't respect geography. They don't respect place. Recently, there was a mad man they said that gave birth in Onisha here. A mad woman. Principle of as far as the earth remained, seed time and harvest. So somebody planted a seed, there is a harvest. Don't mind it is a mad woman. The principle didn't even consider that it was a mad woman. They planted the seed started growing. What is stopping your ideas from budding? It's not just ideas that rule the world. It's the ideas you have acted upon. All over this nation, even in Onisha here, there are opportunities everywhere. Opportunities. everywhere, looking at people, beckoning. Elisha's staff couldn't walk.